Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here with me. For those of you who are new here, welcome. Let me introduce myself. So I'm Chartered Environmental Health Officer Natalie Stanton, and I'm here to help you get confident with food safety in your business. Today then, I wanted to talk about chilled food storage. So that's how to keep food in your fridges safe. And this is probably really key for most food businesses, as I'm sure most food businesses have fridges and food that they need to keep chilled. So high-risk foods then, they need to be kept refrigerated. And that could be in a fridge, a walk-in chiller, or a display fridge. If we're being technical here then, the law requires that high-risk foods are to be stored at or below 8 degrees centigrade. And that's because below 8 degrees centigrade, bacteria do not grow as fast. Now, you've probably seen 5 degrees centigrade mentioned, and that's because it is good practice to store high-risk foods between 1 degree centigrade and 5 degrees centigrade. Because if we aim for the legal limit of 8 degrees centigrade, what happens in a busy kitchen where the fridge or chiller door is being constantly opened and closed? The temperature is very likely to exceed that legal limit of 8 degrees centigrade. That is why it's good practice to aim a bit lower. So let's get to it then with the other key things you need to know about chilled storage. So you need to make sure you're checking temperatures regularly. So usually this is twice a day, but it will depend on the business. Now, if the temperature goes above 8 degrees centigrade or whatever temperature is written in your company's policy, if it's below this, you need to be monitoring so that you know that this has happened, because then you can take steps to actually put it right, do something about it. So let's face it, this is real life. Things do go wrong. Environmental health officers know that. Unfortunately though, they're not stupid. So what they really care about is that when things do go wrong, if something goes wrong, they want to know, what did you do about it? And we call this corrective action. Now, if the food in your chiller or your chilled display unit is too warm, then you need to do something about this. So this could be moving the food to another fridge, or you may need to throw it away, depending on how long it's been out of temperature control for. Here's some other things to then consider when it comes to chilled food storage. Making sure that units are cleaned regularly, and also don't forget to clean door handles and also fridge seals. Make sure all food items are covered so that you're protecting them from microbiological, chemical, physical, and allergenic hazards. And also making sure all of your food items are labelled and that any foods past their use-by dates are thrown away. Really important to make sure raw foods are stored separately from cooked and ready-to-eat food items. Now, ideally in separate fridges, but if this isn't possible, then separate shelves with raw food at the bottom. This is critical to prevent cross-contamination. Also, don't overload your refrigerating units, because air needs to circulate around the food to maintain it at a safe temperature. And then, I've kind of mentioned this, but I'm going to say it again. There is one thing EHOs love to check, and that is fridge door sills. Make sure that they're clean and they're not damaged. Now, let's just talk about chilled display units. So making sure they're sited correctly, so away from direct sunlight, and that they're not overloaded as well. And make sure food is protected, so you might need to use sneeze guards or screens, and provide clean serving equipment to chilled display units as well. Also, I just want to say, never top up food in a chilled display unit, as in don't put fresh food on top. Remove leftovers and then replace with fresh food. When cleaning fridges, chillers and chilled display units, make sure you move food to another unit and don't return it to the unit you've cleaned until it's back to the correct temperature. And there you have it, how to safely store chilled food. Now, over the coming weeks, I'm going to be releasing loads more YouTube videos containing food safety tips. If you want to be the first to know when these come out, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I really hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon in the next one.